new deal presented to us. And
can we talk in the middle of this? Do we know why that happened? I know that happened.
It was a bunch of layoffs at the time with the record labels.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode. Please like the video and subscribe. Our target is only 1,000 likes. So, Universal Music Group has officially responded to Drake's lawsuit involving Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us diss track, accusing Drake of attempting to save face in the wake of losing a rap beef to Kendrick Lamar. According to Billboard, the record label filed a motion on Monday, March 17th, to dismiss the lawsuit, calling Drizzy's accusations against them meritless, as he filed the defamation lawsuit due to the public embarrassment he endured. So the motion read, plaintiff, being Drake, one of the most successful recording artists of all time, lost a rap battle that he provoked and in which he willingly participated. Instead of accepting the loss like the unbothered rap artist that he often claims to be, he has sued his own record label in a misguided attempt to salve his wounds.
Incidentally, Warner Brothers, the parent company, dissolved their whole media division, right? So it was us, Nori, and a couple other podcasts. You know, we became free agents. So shortly after, we had a new deal presented to us. And
can we talk in the middle of this? Do we know why that happened? I know that happened.
It was a bunch of layoffs at the time with the record labels. I don't know why, but they decided to cancel the whole podcast division.
Okay.
So shortly after, we had a new deal presented to us. And it was good, and I was like, yo, I was ready to go. On Elliott's end, they kind of were volleying, going back and forth in the negotiation times and like representation. It was just kind of slow on the draw.
Same company?
No, different company, a whole nother network.
No, I'm saying, but the same company that you were speaking to.
Yeah. So same network.
Y'all were a package deal still.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they got to speak separate. But they got to speak separate.
You still have to speak. Yeah.
What's that?
But you guys were a package deal as a show, but you negotiated your own shit.
You had your own representative.
Yeah. I was ready to go. It was a fair deal for the most part, right? So we were trying to launch like around June, July, and it was just taking a long time. And like around May, we had a meeting with the company, and they were like, they basically reneged on the deal because we were taking so long. They reallocated the funds that were promised.
Wait. So y'all did eventually sign with the company?
We didn't sign anything. I was ready to sign, but I was waiting on Elliott on his side, on his end to.
Oh no, you have to make me mad.
So while you're waiting for Elliott's side to sign, is he communicating to you what the holdup is? Is the terms?
Yeah, it was just a lot of back and forth. I was like, yo, what's going on? And he was like, they're waiting on this and they're negotiating that. So I was like, all right, look, whenever you're ready to go, I'm ready to go too. So I was kind of in limbo. And just waiting to see what the next steps was going to be. So when we had the meeting with the company, they basically told us that we reallocated the funds, or maybe you could revisit at the top of the year. And I was a little bit ticked about that because I was like, damn, I already spent that money in my mind, in my head. You know what I mean? So,
but that's where I'm a little confused.
And also, we were going to try to launch the show like around June, July. So we had the meeting in May, and we were just trying to figure out what the holdup was. And they basically said, oh, well, you guys took too long to sign.
But y'all were the holdup.
Well,
Elliott was the holdup.
It was
they were the holdup.
They were the holdup.
Yes.
The company is sitting there ready, has been ready. We have this money. We negotiated in good faith. Mm-hmm. Maybe not signed. Yeah. But what's happening? It's only but so long that we're going to sit here.
Right. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of the mentality that I had as well. It's like, yo, what the hell is going on? You know what I'm saying?
And Elliott never gave you real, substantial reasons to why he wasn't ready to move.
I guess, his representation was just kind of going back and forth, volleying with the company, trying to figure out.
When you say his representation, we're talking about Rock Nation?
Not Rock Nation. Not like his lawyer, his agent, that kind of person.
The things that they were fighting for, negotiating for, would they have been things that would have benefited both of you, or was it just stuff for his individual situation?
I think it was more so both of us, but maybe it was also him as well. But I thought the terms were fair. I was just ready to get back to work. So that's what happened, and then we just became free agents. And that was in May, and that was the last time I talked to Elliott.
So May happens. They say we can't go any further. Do you call him what the fuck?
Y'all sitting in the office?
No, we was just over Zoom.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I kind of had that what the fuck kind of what the helly? What the hell's going on? And that was.
But you never demanded answers from him.
Did you ever have the what the hell conversation with Elliott?
The last time we spoke to him.
That's the last time we spoke was in.
That's the part that bothers me in content creation. That part right there. Fam, y'all, and listen, if Deezus and Mero want to do it like that, cool. Them niggas say that they just met in the Bronx and had a great business idea and it was going. We wasn't friends, really. That's what came out later. You and Elliott, we don't know like that.
Right.
We don't know to be on some, hey, they just paired these two niggas together. Y'all were together through multiple ventures. So we don't expect that behavior from y'all. And if the company said nah, then when I'm gonna go get with my man in the corner and talk about what's up now?
Yeah, what we doing now?
Yeah.
Yo, did you not feel like y'all deserved that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or owed that to each other?
Yeah, but
I'll call fucking Elliott right now. I'm getting mad. I can't hear shit like this.
No, I'm getting more mad at him.
I can't. Why? What beat I did?
Well, I need to make sure I'm mad for the right reason. No,
He did, but
I didn't hear.
you didn't speak. You haven't spoken to him since then.
no. But
have you tried?
Have y'all tried at some point?
Nah.
Because I understand why you might be frustrated the fact that the deal didn't go through,
Yeah.
but it doesn't sound like he was being. If you're saying that some of the things that he was trying to go ahead and negotiate with
But
for both
if
of
you,
y'all.
and I'm not speaking out of term, I don't feel like I'm throwing him under the bus. Elliott's not the best communicator.
Oh, okay.
Got it. That's not.
Anyone knows, like that's just,
Okay.
everyone has their flaws. He's not the best communicator. So, with the communication is like, what's there to talk about? We're free agents again,
And you have no desire to work with him again?
Well, under the terms and conditions may apply, but yeah.
But so from January to May, when y'all were in negotiation, you wasn't trying to put like the fire under his ass?
Absolutely.
Like, yo, dog, what the
Absolutely.
fuck we doing?
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
that was my
You know,
Okay, so that's different. All right.
Yeah, so like talking to him and talking to his reputation, it's just like who's on first? Like where are we going with this next? So that was a little frustrating.
Sometimes I see people make deals and they slow walk it because they really don't want to do it.
Right.
Is there any part of you that feels like this was his way of exiting?
Sabotage. I was gonna say that.
Nah, I don't think so because I think we wanted to get back to work. You know what I'm saying? But there's also a misconception that me and Elliott are friends. We're not friends. I'm not. We're friendly, and I got love for him, but we're not friends in the traditional sense. It's not like I'm hitting him up casually, like, "Hey, it's Saturday. Let's go get a couple Budweisers." Like that's not our relationship.
And never been.
Nah, it's never been. So.
You think maybe there was a part of him that wanted the separation so that he can venture into his own realm and not have to feel like so attached to
That
y'all?
seems so passive aggressive.
I
Let a whole deal fall apart because he wants to separate.
No,
from
my
him.
thing is you let the deal fall apart, but then you don't even holler at me to go get another deal.
Right.
The deal fell apart. We ceased communication, and now I go venture out and get some other deals.
Well, you still got bills in the first.
I know. That's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying as far as he and B-Dot go, if I would feel like, yo, you wanted that to happen so that you could venture out and
do your own thing.
And it's an anti-confrontational way of splitting up.
Exactly.
You could test
If
the
that's
field.
what's happening.
Because I feel like Elliott is, for me, clearly he's trying to brand himself differently today. He's doing a lot of things that he might have not done before, just how interactive he is and the way he's being interactive online. And he might, maybe in his brain, not see you being a part of that.
Also, he lives in...
I'm about to say, in Elliott's defense, he also has not been New York based in years.
Yes.
Well, okay.
I live in New York, but Elliott lives in Venice, in LA, in the area. So anytime you saw each other, we were on flights, you know what I mean, getting our sky miles up. But Elliott's a cool guy. Working with him isn't necessarily the easiest thing to do, but I think that
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it's been fun. We made history. We did a lot of iconic shit, but I think the last year and a half has been exacerbated, because of you, Joe Budden.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
No, now we here.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh, yeah, we here now, nigga.
You are Yoko Ono.
Oh, shit.
Yoko Ono.
Joko Ono.
Yoko Ono.
That's funny. I got to hear more.
And I say that because when we had you on the show, 2023, I feel like you antagonized him, you gassed him into leading into this antagonistic persona that we see right now that's kind of becoming a little bit unrecognizable. And I feel like
That was deep.
I saw the effects of that shortly after because Elliott slighted Drake, he slighted SZA, who else was it? It was like Nicki Minaj. I was recently
It was
Sway, Angie Martinez, and I'm like, yo,
it was a lot.
What the hell is going on? And I feel like your influence encouraged him to lean into this.
yo.
The villain.
Yeah.
You inspired the rebrand.
So the rage baiting is knacked. he doesn't actually feel the way that he.
I don't know if that's truly how he feels.
Can't say that because they're not friends for him to say that.
Well, I mean, like, he spent enough time around him professionally and personally over the years to be able to see that this is not consistent behavior with who he's presented himself to be.
Well,
so
anybody can see that who's watched him enough in his.
Yeah.
No, but
I want to rewind a
been
little bit to the Yoko Ono shit. Do you think that that's what my message was when I went on y'all show?
Absolutely, because I wasn't the only person that felt that
what
way.
did he say? Like,
I'm paraphrasing, but it was like you're bigger than the program type shit. Like,
oh shit,
to Elliott?
I think it was to both of us.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just to Elliott.
But I feel like you were talking directly more so to him, more so to me.
I spoke to him because I have more experience with him.
Okay.
I spoke to him and saw him make what I think was the wrong decision in terms of our everyday struggle shit. Mm-hmm. Elliott was who I was going to do everyday struggle with, if anybody doesn't know that.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. He didn't live here. He didn't like the terms. He left. I viewed that as a whole different experience to where it wasn't really about the money. This is I won't say a portfolio pattern, but this is a chance to change everything.
It did.
And it did.
Shit, it did.
For you and I, absolutely.
And it did. And Complex, that shit changed everything for all parties involved.
For sure.
Elliott made
Changed
a different decision. Elliott continued to take a check. When I get the money that I'm happy for from a company, and when that opportunity is gone, I'm going to find another company, and I'm going to find another company, and I'm going to find another company, and then I'll look for another company. I'm totally against that.
Right.
So I try to preach a message of empowerment of you're bigger and better than that, or at least give yourself a shot to find out. Not go become a caricature of yourself and do a bunch of shit and say a bunch of shit you don't necessarily believe or believe in.
You think he's doing that now?
No, but to the people that think, like Mel said, do you think he is rage baiting or fronting? I don't know, but that wasn't my message to him.
But in your original message, now if he looks out at the landscape and he sees the only people that are being somewhat successful that are independent and they're doing these things, that might be, I got to do that, or I got to play like them to become successful.
That says that, I say they didn't look at the whole landscape.
That's a bad way to look at it.
They didn't look at the whole landscape.
I feel like the people who are successful in doing that, they came in and go, and you start 10 years before that being very calm, very journalistic, high morale on certain things, and then you switch 10 years later to this whole different personality. People
It's
point
not
out.
authentic.
Yeah, but that could also be.
But tell me somebody I'm sorry.
That could also be you thinking the game has evolved a little bit. Like the way I do shit ain't was out here moving no more.
Or show me somebody that's doing it how I'm doing it, that's being successful,
Because he's
that's
been
not taking a check.
He's been constantly saying that journey.